Hey, what's up? It's Ferrari Simmons.
As you know, BT.
From the Ball Alert Show. And guess what? We coming up next on the Progress Report.
Shit.
You bish.
Progress Report. Yeah, Progress Report. News, interviews. Tune into the Progress Report. Keep watching the Progress Report. Tune into the Progress Report. Lalaa, Boss Brick, eXeL. Know where you progress, got
The Progress Report.
What's going on? It's your girl, Lalaa Shepard.
What's up? It's DJ eXeL.
This is the Progress Report, y'all. We are so thankful and so honored, man. We got two amazing gentlemen that's really, helping shape this Atlanta culture thing, putting in a lot of work, and also, too, great people. And I think that's the most important thing to me. Like, it's always great energy, great vibes. Ferrari, we've been knowing Ferrari for a long time. Can't remember
10
when.
plus.
Yeah,
I was
Ferrari
gonna say,
old as hell.
He
I
an
am-
OG,
People
young
don't-
OG.
People think Ferrari 21.
But
That's good.
But right? But
I'm
definitely
42.
always,
I'm old.
Hey, always been supportive. And BT definitely been seeing you on the screen every time we see each other. In person, it's always love. So thank you guys for being
Appreciate y'all
here.
having us.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, talk to us, man. Let everybody know who y'all are. Let them know y'all official titles.
He got a new title.
Ferrari Simmons, APD at 96.1 The Beat.
Hey!
Mix show coordinator,
Yes, sir.
DJ, just an Army Swiss knife. I like to specialize in artist development, so I love working with new artists in the beginning of their careers.
Man.
And I'm putting out music now, so I'm putting out music as well. Got a new song with Billy Gang Kushington.
Yes,
It's
sir.
called Literally. That's out everywhere. Videos out everywhere, doing well. And the Ball Alert Show is our podcast. That's my baby. The Ball Alert Show, myself and BT. We making moves, and one thing we wanted to do with you guys is swap work, because I see a lot of artists do it.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Why can't we do it?
And a lot of other cities do it.
Know what I'm
too, in
saying?
media.
True.
Atlanta media is kind of separate. Like
Segregated. I'm over here
I
like,
don't know if people notice that, but I look at like other.
well, you gotta tell them
cities.
who you are though.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
BT.
yeah.
You probably seen me on Grown Up Hip Hop Atlanta, Dish Nation, TV host, party host. Of
Biggest
course,
part, one of the biggest parties in Atlanta on Wednesday.
yeah. Ladies
your
of
party.
R&B. On Wednesday, if you haven't been there, man, you definitely got to check it
Yeah.
out when you come to the city. It's definitely
Sure.
a vibe, and we only play R&B. A lot of these people talk about their R&B party. They play R&B for an hour and trap it out for the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, you come to our party, it's R&B music. Don't
Love that.
request no rap music.
Love that.
But yeah, Ball Alert Show. We've been doing Ball Alert about 3 years now together. Like 3 years. So it's definitely been a journey. But we got a new TV deal with Revolt.
Yes, sir.
Every Monday, 10 p.m. Revolt TV. You can catch the Ball Alert Show.
Love that.
All right.
For sure.
So
Congrats.
I think you was talking about some real shit though that that we did want to talk about though, like you feeling like because we want to get your perspective as well too, thoughts on Atlanta media, because it's so many conversations when it comes to Southern media, but you feel like it's divided.
I feel like
Feels
Atlanta
segregated.
media is
Segregated.
definitely segregated, and I also feel like it's so far behind.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when you really look at like other cities, like with the media, it's like they've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta has been known for only music and rap. So when they come here,
and producing
Yeah, like,
strip clubs.
I used to tell Ferrari, I used to fight literally like, yo, why we not on the list when certain like you even
Yeah.
see an Atlanta artist do media in New York and LA and don't even come back to their city and do an
Yeah.
interview.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the craziest stuff to me.
And no disrespect to the radio, but a lot of people have done, their routes and hitting the radio.
Yeah.
But there's podcast platforms that are doing just as big numbers. Now, I
1000%.
know probably like 10 years ago, the radio, you just hit those, main radio stations. But now it's just as important to hit like podcasts that aren't on that radio station too. But
agreed.
why is it? Because Atlanta, if Atlanta's such like
Well,
a
it's new.
networking.
It's new. Atlanta is really not
Atlanta media.
Atlanta media is new. Like you
Yeah.
got to think about it. Like
10 years plus.
like one of my favorite podcasts, Big Facts. What Big Facts came around?
Super
What
new.
2019?
Yeah.
That pandemic.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Ball Alert Show. We just started doing that show together 3 years ago. When you look at other podcasts and just other media sites, they've been around 10 plus years.
And let me also add, you also knew where they were at. Like Ball Alert, you never knew Ball Alert was in Atlanta
Sure.
That's true.
until we started localizing our content.
That's true.
So we started localizing our content. I was telling you guys off camera, we were doing stuff with the DJs
Yeah.
in Atlanta, the
Absolutely.
promoters in Atlanta, talking to Atlanta artists and talking about Atlanta topics. So we're going viral right now. If you search, if your best malls to go shop at in Atlanta on TikTok, one of the videos that I've been talking about, best malls in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, that pops up. But we had to start talking about Atlanta stuff. So now you can say, oh, when I come to Atlanta, I got to go on the Baller Show.
Yeah.
I got to go see the Progress Report.
Right.
I got to go see Big Facts
Yeah.
outside of radio.
100%.
You just had to know we were here.
I'm with you. I think that was a definitely part of the issue. Now I will say, now we started doing podcasts back before this shit was cool.
Facts.
But I don't look at it like, I don't get mad about it because it's not about who did it first. It's just about who do the shit the best. You know what I'm saying? Or the resources, whatever the case may be. So I ain't tripping. It's just we was doing it before, but niggas definitely wasn't respecting the media space. But I feel like we do support each other, and I feel like it's getting there. Salute to Scream, salute to Off the Porch. We do that.
Off the
shout out off the
You know what I'm
porch.
What's up for Mike Tall?
They was doing it, I would say, maybe a couple of years before we started, but those was the OGs, and I did start blogging.
And
with
DJ
them. So
Smalls.
we got to give them that. Smalls,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's been here, but I think we just had so many other beautiful things going on that it was just like we didn't necessarily need
It wasn't
or something.
vocalized
Well,
either that it was in Atlanta,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
I
You just
also don't
knew
like
it.
that the artists in Atlanta don't support the media in Atlanta.
Let's be fucking clear.
Like
and call
you think
it out.
about it,
Let's
the
call
biggest
it out.
artist
Let's call it
will
out.
go do an interview with somebody that's in a different city.
Let's just
because-
go say this. They'll go to the Breakfast Club,
Yep.
and then they'll be like, all right, that's it. No. Especially in Atlanta. And I feel like the newer artists are now, I don't even think it's the artist though. Let me say this, because I had told you this the other day. I don't think it's the artist. I think it's management,
Yes.
Okay.
record labels.
Yes.
Because me working at Warner Records, a lot of people in those marketing meetings didn't know about the podcast.
See, there's a lot of
Didn't
business
know
stuff that I didn't
about-
know.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, are they, in their defense, are they looking at numbers?
They're looking at numbers.
I mean,
Of
But they also looking at what they know. Like, people don't like change. Let's be real. People
Yeah.
don't like change. So
Yeah.
if it's something that you used to seeing, then that's what you used to doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people go to the same places they've been going to in the same press run for the
Yeah.
past
Yeah,
15
that's
years.
right.
And
Press runs.
let's be honest. If we really break it down, that's why I said we just have to scream
Yeah.
that we're here and we're in Atlanta,
100%.
and we got to do things like cross episodes with each
Yeah.
other, because you guys are going to be on Ball Alert.
Damn right.
But in a marketing meeting at a record label on a Thursday,
Yeah.
they're going to go to the place that they need the support from the most.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? What are they doing? Charting songs on the chart. Where do you chart songs from? The radio station.
Right.
Facts.
So that's why off your brain, you're going to be like, all right, I got to take them here, here, and here.
Totally
Facts.
get it.
But
But-
the culture is important.
Yeah.
That's why in Atlanta, the Progress Report, Big Facts, Off the Porch,
Yup.
the Ball Alert
Trash
Show,
Mag.
Poor
It's
Minds
huge.
is
Trash
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Poor Minds, you
85
got
South
it.
Show.
Like
85 South
We
Show.
here.
We have the media, but we don't collaborate enough. When I look at LA, I see Vlad TV do
York.
Adam 22.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I see Whack 100 go do Adam 22 and then go do Vlad. So it's like I see the everybody standing together and people collaborating, because a lot of people, y'all have watchers that might not watch our stuff.
100%,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
vice
And it's
versa.
vice versa. And they
Yep.
might be like, oh, let me go check them out. So it's the same thing with music. Rappers in Atlanta has run the rap scene for so long because all the collaborations, all the hottest
Right.
artists
You
are
know,
collaborating with each other.
Producers.
There's
DJs.
no rules to this. I also mentioned several times, like, but we haven't really executed. It's like, yo, why don't we run an ad on, let's just say Baller Alert, and Baller Alert run an ad on ours, and we like just insert commercial on the next 3 episodes, vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
this ain't doing nothing, but when they're done watching us, they gonna watch y'all and vice
Exactly.
versa.
Yup.
Or the collaborations, you
Yup.
know what I'm saying? But I definitely think like we have some dope platforms, and what I realized on our show, just like y'all's, is like it's not traditional just questions, and people start becoming fans. Us personally start becoming fans of these individuals, not just their music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important to grow that fan base.
agree.
I tell labels all the time, like, when they come do interviews, like, oh, they give us, I'm like, bro, I don't need that.
Yeah.
People,
they give you a press
people
sheet.
People consume content totally different now. We don't care about your music. We
Yeah.
care about you as a person.
Yeah.
And if we like you, we're going to go listen to you.
Yes.
You have to
If we
be
don't
authentic,
like you,
for
we
sure.
don't care if you the dopest artist ever. If you have a bad personality and that shows off on camera, then it's like, I'm not a fan of that person no more. I
100%.
don't want to listen to that person.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
100%.
Facts.
And let me ask y'all something, all of y'all collectively, while we talking about music, Atlanta, all that good stuff. I know y'all seen the conversation about Atlanta not having a male artist with a buzzing song. Have y'all seen that conversation?
I mean, I don't agree with that.
No, I'm
That's
saying,
cap.
And the
agree.
the context,
but
I
I'm
feel like
gonna
the
hear y'all opinion.
context, I feel like the context got blown out of proportion.
Okay.
Because I feel like Jermaine Dupri was just trying to figure out. So Jermaine Dupri is a very smart guy.
100%.
So he did a DJ dinner. I didn't go because my wife wasn't feeling good that day, and he asked a couple of DJs, "Yo, blah 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 blah," and based off of a few opinions, he said, "Oh, is it like that?" And then fast forward now that because this episode's gonna come out, Belly Gang Kush ended up being in the studio with Jermaine
For
Dupri.
sure.
Yeah.
So all that was just, I think it's market research. There are a lot of popping. It's this kid from the East Side named Infamous. I don't know if you guys know who he is. It's this kid, Big Boy. He be rapping his ass off.
But it's not. But I don't
hard.
think it's like dope artists. I think like, yo, what is? There's a lot of dope artists. There's a lot of legendary artists. You know what I mean? But what song is setting off the clubs right now?
I don't think you got to go straight clubs no more in Atlanta.
But that's what he's asking. He was in the club asking the DJ, like, what club turns it
I
up?
think
Is there a club?
See, that's the thing. Okay.
'Cause I'm outside.
Nah,
Is there a club
no,
out here?
Yes.
It's
no.
two sides to that.
As
It's
a DJ,
lounges now.
It's two sides.
Restaurants.
As a DJ, all right.
sides.
But as
Restaurants.
a DJ, there's songs
Restaurants.
that's like, this is the
Of course.
new
Undeniable.
like
But what's wrong with females being lit?
It's
Why is
Pluto.
there a conversation about like
Pluto.
why is there no man that's lit? I'm like, who cares?
No.
It's actually better for females to be more lit.
The
anyway.
male popping
It's
artist in
more
Atlanta
safer
is
for
Belly
a
Gang
woman
Kushington.
to rap about
Period.
shaking ass than rapping about gunning down the ops.
You said what?
The biggest artist,
I'm with you.
the biggest male artist in Atlanta right now, the new biggest artist that's a male in Atlanta is Belly Gang Kushington.
Without a motherfucking
Period.
doubt.
I agree. And what's the song that
Without a
is
doubt.
the go-to song?
First of all, it's that introduction on that album.
Yeah,
We just
That's
had
on
Billy
hard
up
as
here.
fuck.
We just had Billy
you
up
can
here.
leave. when
Yeah, you need to leave. You need to
yeah,
leave.
He got a few records.
He got a few
He
records.
has a club record that I
I
guess
the one where the sexy red and talking.
it opened up with Sexy
Yeah.
Red. I
Yeah.
forget what it's called, but I'm like, yo,
You need to leave.
for
Yeah.
playing for the females. This
Nah,
would
Belly
go
going
up.
crazy.
But yeah, I mean, and I do feel like it was taken out of context. Like
yeah.
like so many artists were getting mad. Like, you need to hear about me.
That's
but
Atlanta, though. That part is Atlanta.
Wait till y'all watch the episode with him and Sorry the Kid.
Oh,
They
we got
was
into a big argument.
It was a huge.
That's my brother. I love him.
He actually commented on what I said, and I think he's completely wrong. He was like, "Yo, I go to people's concerts and they're filling them up. People are singing." Yes. If you go to Nelly's concert, people are singing his song. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's not popping.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you could be a great artist. The question was, what is popping right now? And even
what's
Sai,
popping right
I
now?
love Sai.
Right.
I love his music. But there's hardly any, and he could pack out. He could do a concert.
Yeah.
He has done several.
think-
You can't just drop his song and be like, this
think
is it.
That's the thing. So the question is I look at it like two ways because see one part
There's
of
a
it.
damn gnat flying
Yeah, I know, right? They
around
keep every time somebody
here.
talks. It's
Fighting
like
his ass.
so. Facts. It's some poppin' Atlanta nigga guy artists. Facts. But if we're talking about specifically,
The biggest song is Wham Whammy,
Yeah.
Period.
Pluto. That's it.
But my question is,
Why we got to
what's-
make it
what's
guys
the
versus
problem?
girls?
I'm with it.
Don't.
What is
Leave it
wrong?
alone.
But that's my question.
Leave that topic alone.
No,
It's
I
okay.
actually think it's a great. Did you get it?
No.
I saw it
get
fly
him.
off. Oh, we might
I
have
hit
got it.
him.
Yeah.
I'ma
No,
get
but
it.
the crazy thing, there's like 4 female songs going up right now.
sure.
And I just think it's an amazing thing to
I love it.
to give
Flip a
energy
T,
to the
flip a
city.
T. I like flip a
I
T.
fuck with Flip a T.
Griffin, Georgia.
We
Yeah.
had her up here a few years ago before niggas
Yeah,
knew too. I fucks with Flip
Flip
a
a
T.
T. I think Bunna B.
Wanna be?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold up. I think I wrote down
Who
somebody
got that one? I'm
else.
so ATL.
I'm so
Okay.
ATL.
Yeah, that,
I love her though.
Get
Get in there.
Bankroll 9.
Bankroll 9.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
That's her.
they going.
Yeah.
I think they
Okay.
setting the energy for the summer.
I think
in a
what
way.
it sounds
For
like
sure.
is a lot of these new male artists need to change what they talking about.
Well, Let me say
Ain't
this
no
too.
well.
Let me say this too.
We don't. We tired of hearing people talking about shooting ops.
But let me ask y'all something real quick. So what does that look like for people that's been doing this for a minute, like the T Hood, the Runway Richies, the Scotty ATLs?
Listen, I think we're over analyzing this. I feel like we should let the painters paint.
Yeah.
And when
I like
something
that.
sticks
I like that
against
too.
the wall,
I
it's
like
gonna
that too.
stick. And like shit, just let that shit vibe, man. Atlanta is a vibe, and it's always been built off of that.
Yeah.
Let these guys paint, and if something stick, it stick. Right now, it's just not their turn; it's the females' turn.
Yeah.
How long has it not been the females' turn?
Just
Fucking clear.
So let's enjoy
Let's be
what's
clear.
happening in front of our eyes. Let
Yeah.
these it's for a first time, and I've been in Atlanta over 15 years. For the first time, I've seen some young female artists blow up. We're not used to that. We used to seeing the young turn guys
Yeah.
100%.
turn up. This is dope to see some young 18-year-old, 21-year-old females blow up.
I'm with you.
And I think it's
Having
dope.
fun.
They having fun.
I think it's lit.
I agree.
Even like you saying as a
cool.
DJ, there's and other than like these last 5 years, like at one point it was only dropping like Nicki songs.
Yeah.
Now it'd be like, yo, there's so many female
cool.
songs that's running the club. Yes,
It's
it
cool.
is
I'm
cool.
with you.
Like we don't got-
And it's fun because
play
you
for the
see-
women in the
you
club
see how
anyway.
Women react when
Yeah.
females are
Hey,
rapping.
we
versus
play
when
for the
you
women
hear
in the
male
club.
rappers. Yeah.
A male DJ or a
Facts.
DJ, a female DJ, you play for the women in the
we
club.
low key are
Period.
getting
Win
back
whammy.
to the fun. to the
Yes,
turn up.
we
Think
are.
about even R&B.
We
The
are.
biggest songs that people sing in the club are female records.
That's true.
Yeah.
Outside of
love
Chris
that.
Brown.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
yeah.
and that what's that? I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
Oh yeah, Leon Thomas.
Fuck with that
I
shit.
like
So
Leon- I like Leon
toxic,
Thomas.
No,
y'all.
I'm saying it's.
I like toxic music too,
Me
though.
too. I love toxic R&B.
It reminds me of the old me.
You know what? I
I
feel
love
like
that. I love that old you.
I feel like Brent Faiyaz started this whole toxic
Oh,
R&B.
yes, he
Because I hear
did.
so many new artists, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he sounds like Brent Faiyaz.
Facts.
He dresses like Brent
Facts.
Faiyaz. Like he's doing the same
Salute to
subject
Brent.
line as Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like I'm like Brent Faiyaz. You gotta drop some new music, man. They try to steal your
Facts.
style.
Hello.
So let's talk about while we talking about just past stuff and things like that. Do y'all feel like it is a man versus woman thing? Just not even Atlanta, but just
It's just natural how the conversations start, and it
Okay.
gets people going. What's that shit? It gets them going.
yeah, get them going.
It triggers people to
It's the
do
easiest
that.
way to trigger people is to put a man against a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
just-
men are
But we,
doing this
us
and
in
women are
media,
making this
we all
music.
know that too. We all
Men
know
want
that
this
too.
in relationship, and women want this in relationships. It's like it's
Yeah.
the easiest subject.
What's gonna
line of
trigger the
time.
algorithm?
Like,
I know.
that's the easiest way to trigger the algorithm. Is
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
facts.
do a sex.
And you know that the algorithm has changed on social media. You are your own algorithm. People be saying you're shadow banned. No, you just have to stimulate your followers.
Got you.
How can you stimulate your followers? What can the people your followers follow you for a specific reason? You gotta tap into that and figure out what that is.
That's real.
And you gotta treat them like your fans
That's real.
if you were an artist.
That's
So
real.
now you figure out, oh, this triggers because if you literally go on my page, my engagement is fire.
For sure.
I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for nothing. I just
Yeah.
know how to trigger my audience. My followers follow me for a specific reason, and I'm gonna give you exactly what you need because you follow me for it.
I agree. I think everybody up here does an amazing job. Like with eXeL, that's a great example. Like you do a great job with the content. You know how to engage with the people that follow you, and so on and so forth.
People want to see my wife,
I was
so
just-
I have to post her. They want to see my
right,
kids,
right.
and then they want to see my accomplishments and
Yeah.
how cool I am. They want to see my sneakers.
Exactly.
So I get engagement off of the things that I do.
So
Let
can
me
I-
post a picture of me. The same picture
Right,
of me and
like,
my wife.
Yep,
done
go
the
up.
double
Go crazy.
They go up.
Yeah.
Let me ask
They
y'all
want
though.
to see that.
First, so we got two people that's married. Are you married?
No, I'm not
Not
married.
yet. Okay.
You single?
No.
Okay. So let's talk about it. The dynamics here. My situation is complicated, but I
Oh,
am
Lord.
single. But can y'all tell
Wait.
me?
She always complicated.
She telling the truth.
I'm just being honest. Can y'all tell?
Red flag, red flag.
Tell me y'all experience. Oh man, being happily married in this business, in this space, and then how that's changed y'all, and then just for you dating. How is that for you dating as a public figure? Is it tough, easy?
I mean, it's easy for me. I mean, like my situation is like somebody that understands like what I do and understands like this is the life that I chose. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this was also destined in a sense of like this was destined for me to do. So you just got to get people that understand your lifestyle and work and understand
Got it.
this ain't a regular 9 to 5. This
Man.
is like every day I have to wake up and be BT. Ain't no turning it off.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
for sure.
and even I've always been that type of person that like when people meet me, I never want to be the like. You ever meet a celebrity? Not saying I'm a celebrity, but you ever just meet somebody that you was just like intrigued on meeting, and you meet them and you like, man, this person is a piece of shit.
Yo.
All the time.
It's
All
like
the
never
time.
meet your idols, but it's
Yeah.
like I run into listeners all the time, and they always be like, "Damn, man, you exactly how I would picture you would be."
That's hard.
You know, rather than listening to radio, seeing us on TV, I just always want to have that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but you also got to preserve that energy
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I don't be giving my energy to a lot of people, and that's why I work and go home.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Okay, I like Leo's.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Now, what about y'all married couples? You know,
Man, you know, Rari used to be a toxic guy. I used to be outside. I got 2 baby mamas and a wife.
Damn.
2 kids.
you know that.
And then
I ain't want to say it.
3 kids with my wife and then 2 outside. So, you know, like, but everything runs on schedules and communication, and I'm not perfect. So sometimes it's usually my fault, you know, with scheduling and stuff like that. Cause our schedules is hectic, man.
Yeah.
You know, we can get a call. Hey man, Ice Cube's at the radio station in 2 hours.
Facts.
And whatever I got going on, I may have to stop it. Like yesterday was my daughter's birthday and I had an event, you know what I'm saying? But I made sure that I showed up in the way that I could. So I feel like as a parent, as a spouse, you got to show up. You got to be accountable. I think the self-accountability is a big thing because in our line of work, it's sporadic, it's random,
Yes.
it's organized chaos, and that doesn't work well with when you're sharing your life with somebody. Especially, well, my wife's an accountant, so her entire day is structured.
She's super organized.
I'm completely opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Does she
saying?
happen to be a Capricorn?
She's an Aries.
Okay,
Oh,
because they.
And-
No, we annoying.
But my wife is also, you know, she's a EVP type director type person. So she's a manager of multiple people. And here I am all over the place.
Yeah.
It's organized in my world.
Yeah.
But to her, she's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And she's good with money. I'm good with money, but I'm unorthodox how I am.
Yeah.
But she's like, she's an accountant.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's long story short, I feel like you should definitely choose who chooses you,
Amen.
right?
Amen.
Because sometimes we be choosing them. I
Amen.
can't curse, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we choose the motherfuckers who don't choose you.
Damn
Facts.
right.
Now you in a complicated situation with someone who didn't choose you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's not going to accept your flaws. And now you're in counseling or you looking crazy because this person is went off to the side or you find out some other shit and you know it's just bad. So my thing is overly communicating and self accountability. I do go to therapy. I graduated to once a month instead of every week.
Good for you.
But yeah, man, you have to do a lot of self-checking, a lot of self-accountability. I was literally venting to him. I was like, man, being a father is hard, bro. Like, each kid is different.
And you got boys and girls.
I have 4 girls, 1 boy.
He got 5 of them things.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
yeah, you
girls,
got
you
girls,
guys are
girls,
crazy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it's
facts.
so you guys have
That's
5
facts.
different personalities.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine it's that time of the month in my house.
Oh, my nigga, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for Lil Rari to come over so me and him can wrestle, fight, do something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, long story short, man,
Yeah.
I hated to be long-winded. I apologize.
Nah.
But it's a lot. Like sharing your life with somebody, living with somebody. You see them in their worst days. When they ain't got their shit together, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to be okay with sometimes like, all right, you having a bad day. But you got to recognize that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes because sometimes you could be having a bad day,
Amen.
you don't communicate. They having a bad day, they don't communicate. And now shit is all shit done went left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
And you got to understand that this person really got your best interest, but you got to drop really what they got going on.
And
'cause
that's
they-
a hard part because
That's
people
so
don't
difficult.
wake up and just be like, man, I'm having a bad day. You gotta see the signs. Like you gotta be like,
Some motherfuckers might. If
that
you
has-
close that fridge kind of hard.
Nah, that happened to me recently. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was having I ain't gonna lie. I was about to come on my cycle.
Hey.
And I didn't, but I didn't realize it. I didn't realize I did.
You get one.
Yes, studs get their cycle too.
Yeah,
I
that's real shit. That's real shit. That's real shit. my
That's why we
nigga.
got to have y'all on the show. But we got to talk about that on Ball Alert.
But,
sure.
but what I can say is, like, I didn't realize I was being irritated by everything. So, like, I'm being mean, but it ain't, like, towards you. I'm just irritated, but I didn't even realize it. So, like, now we arguing over the most pettiest shit, and it's like
Facts.
sometimes you gotta know when to give somebody their space, and like, oh,
Facts.
I can your vibe is off, and I'm gonna just let
You know
I'm
what
not
I call
about
that?
to- What?
A yes warrior. You want to win so bad.
A yes warrior.
You want to win so bad. Sometimes you got to say, I can win later. And I can win silently.
Okay.
Or you got it. You got it, man. Because sometimes
That doesn't work with
you,
my
you
wife,
be
though.
trying to like just figure out who can just say the meanest shit, and you be like, man, why are we doing this?
Yeah. I just
You know what I'm saying? You
My
like,
wife is a
But-
fixer, so she wants to
Okay.
she wants to talk it out,
I love that.
and she's very, very
I love
peaceful.
that.
I ain't gonna lie, I really
Bless
rock with her.
yeah.
Well, you know, it comes with sometimes her ass talk shit. She from Lithonia now. Don't get that twisted.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she talks shit. So
Yeah.
she'll have some moments too. But yeah,
So I do have a question. I always wonder this because like I'm kind of like newly married. And when I see people so busy and successful, I wonder like, do you have certain rules or routines to prioritize your family? Like,
calendar.
calendar.
We
Do
got
you
a calendar.
Do you do like, hey, every certain
night.
times we need to do a date, or I cut
Yeah.
off my work at a certain time? Like,
Yep.
what specifically?
Oh
do you-
yeah, he already know. Like, but I got him in my favorites. But like, shoot, I had just posted the other day. It was a Sunday. I was busy, but I wasn't busy. I was just sitting on the patio. Me and her were just having a conversation. I think my wife and I think with the person that you care about and you share your life with, y'all figure that out together. I know my wife, she likes to cook. So I'm learning that that's her love language, to cook with her.
Amen.
So I was like, oh, okay, she likes stuff like that. So now a date night could be us cooking together at the crib or doing something. So I got her a Blackstone. My daughter and I got her a Blackstone. And then now we going to cook together.
Word.
So I'm over here like, okay,
Happy wife.
you
happy
got to spend,
life.
but you got,
Happy wife,
you know how,
happy
you
life.
know what we do, dog? Like all of us up here, I know y'all going to agree. We go so hard for our career.
Yes.
But we got to go hard for the person that you care about too. And you got to figure out what makes shit work.
You gotta figure out that balance.
You got to
man,
figure out the work-life balance, man.
which is
Yeah.
the hardest thing
That's
to do.
so,
Yo,
that might
it
be
is.
the most difficult thing.
It is, and I like came to realization like, yo, I want to be successful so bad that I'm putting like, I don't want to say I'm putting my marriage on the back burner, no. But sometimes she might feel like I'm choosing that over
For
like,
sure.
You prioritizing
yeah,
your
and
career.
it's low key like, I really thought like, yo, if I got all this and didn't have and lost her in it,
Sick.
it would be pointless.
It's
Facts.
pointless.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
I have made it to the finish line and felt lonely though. So I don't want to sit up here and act like, you know, I said I got multiple baby mamas.
Yeah.
But that's because I put my
He's slamming.
I put my career first,
That's
bro.
real. That's real.
And I got 2 broken homes because of that.
That's
Yeah.
real.
You know what I'm saying? So this is me holding myself accountable
love
because
it.
I went to therapy.
Yeah.
So I'm over here like, oh, I was the problem.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the problem. You know what I'm saying? But also my wife holds me accountable. I wasn't being held accountable
Absolutely.
before.
That's a good
Fact,
one, man.
too, yeah.
Or if I was, I didn't accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's really that conversation and the accountability on your end, you knowing that you're slacking in this department and you're going to make up for it. And then you actually show up and do.
Yeah.
I feel like that helps because, like, for example, my daughter's birthday was yesterday. This episode comes out depending on when it comes out. I was only with her for half of the day. My wife was with her all day. I got to make up for that.
100%. You will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel you.
let's ask y'all too, because viewers, we are time sensitive. Because if
We got to be on the radio.
Right. If we weren't, we would have certain things flow a little bit more. Just a couple of more questions because we know y'all gotta get out of here too. With y'all both being black men, could y'all tell us like, is it something or is it anything that y'all feel like with y'all voices, do y'all feel heard? Is it anything that y'all wish people knew more about or understood more about black men? Anything within that realm?
I feel like we do that in our baller show. So we have a time on our show and it's great and we get messy if it goes that way, but we stop and we do a mental health check-in.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the episode because I think kind of it would mess up the episode if we did it early.
Facts.
So we do
Shout
get
out to
serious.
Keisha.
Yeah, one time for Keisha, the Faith Project. That's our sponsor for our mental health check-in. And we do a check-in with whoever it is. And then we ask them, what do you do to keep your mental health strong? Because people need to hear it.
Yeah.
So
Especially because people need to also hear that, like, you know, we are still human. We all still vulnerable. So it doesn't matter, like, the level of success that you have.
Sure.
And that's another reason why we, you know, included that in our episodes because we'll be around the biggest celebrities. they still have bad days.
Yes.
I know the richest people that got more money than they can have, they still hate paying bills.
Yeah.
And I be like, damn, you hate paying bills? Like, yeah.
Just put it in auto. No. Okay.
For real, if you will be very surprised when you get around certain level of people and you realize how normal people are. Like, I'll be like, boy, you got all this money, boy, you ain't got no maid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
I had just graduated college, and one of my first jobs was I was a leasing agent at an apartment complex, and the dopest thing about it is when you applied to get the apartment, you had to submit your pay stubs.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing all these different types of jobs, and I always saw that people that made a whole bunch of money, credit was jacked up.
Crazy.
So you would be making over $100,000 and get declined for an apartment, even though you make 3 times the rent.
Yeah, obviously, but
But you're gonna get declined, and then they will always be stressed out, or it will always be something going on. So we always do a mental health check-in.
Yeah,
I feel like that's our offering.
We gotta have a balance of the things that we really, because we always chase money and success, and it really doesn't come with happiness or balance and stuff like that. And that's where I'm at. Like, yo, make sure you happy. Make sure you actually enjoying this. Like, you know what I mean? Because if you get all of it.
It's really hard to enjoy it. Like, and you got a great point, because you can have it all and still not be happy.
Yeah.
Because I tell Ferrari too, like, you know, with our TV deal Revolt, this is our season 2. I said, man, bro, this is like, we move so fast because our episode comes out, but we already focused on, okay, we got the BET Awards. Okay, after the BET Awards, we got this coming up. After that, so it's like, I'm like, yo, bro, let's enjoy this. Like, let's like really understand what we doing and remember this. And remember, this is like a monumental moment for us. Like, bro, our podcast is not only on the internet, it's also on television.
Yeah.
You know, and shout out to Robin, the owner of Ball Alert. Her mom saw the channel in the show. She was like, is this y'all show?
Wow.
And she showed the text with her mom, and she was like, yeah, that's our show. So it's just crazy. Her mom is like 83 years old. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So I know, like, y'all been in podcasting for a long time. What would y'all say y'all have to do to keep elevating the show and just, like, you know, not remain, you know, like at a plateau? Yeah.
You got to study. You got to study the market. You know what
Sure.
I mean? Like, I'm literally studying. I don't even look at social media anymore like how I used to look at social media. I'm literally studying and figuring out what people like, what people are talking about, what topics are dead, like what like, because it's some stuff people talk about the same stuff. I'm like, bro, people are tired of hearing
100%.
that. What can we talk about, and how can we get more engagement in learning who we're speaking to?
And cross promotion, like we're here with you guys. You guys will come on our show, 100%. And one of the dopest things, shout out to our program director Louis V. He said, dude, y'all gotta pop in podcasts, do y'all radio segments on your podcast. So now when we do our radio segments on our podcast, we repurpose it on the radio. So if you listen to the radio, it sounds like Ball Alert. You listen to Ball Alert, it sounds like the radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna hear the same thing.
#1 afternoon show in Atlanta, by
By
the
the
way.
way,
Hello.
I got you covered.
just one.
Yeah.
Slow.
Pop it. Love that, fellas.
By the way,
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing
they didn't
good.
believe in us, but
And
somebody
what
did.
what do you
love that.
think takes
Love
your
that.
show? Because I know you've been on. I'm not sure about you, but I know you. Maybe you. as
So
well.
BT, this is BT's first
Okay.
full
This is
time.
my first full-time radio show. I started radio in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
I started at the Dungeon. I made my way to Atlanta to the Palace to my first full-time radio slot. Shout out to Louis V and shout out to Ferrari.
Hard.
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes,
first
sir.
question is like, how do you make your radio show #1? Because there are a lot of hip hop culture stations out here in Atlanta.
We make our listeners the celebrities. So if you're in the car, you're listening to us, you guys are the most important thing because you guys are us. So, you know, that transfers over time. And then, you know, people have these things called the meters and they listen for a certain amount of times. We have the highest listenership, even more than the Breakfast Club on our specific station in Atlanta.
That's real.
And we try to be authentic. So BT talks shit.
Yeah.
He's a really good shit talker. So because our ratings weren't good in the beginning, but we just had to figure out and make adjustments, right? And I feel like that's what we do. We make adjustments. And every week we get weekly ratings. So we get weekly ratings, and then at the end of the month you get a book. And every 3 months you get a full book, and then that tells you where you're at. So you get 4 books a year. So every 3 months.
Okay.
But it's broken down into weeklies and it's broken down into monthlies and then blah blah
And
blah
it
blah.
really
blah.
makes you evaluate. Like, all right, we
So,
gotta reevaluate.
But
like,
we dig in. We're like, all right,
Yeah.
what's going on? What's going on this week? Oh, we know what we did this week. Da 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 da. So I was
It's
like,
studying. It's just like taking your homework, and you gotta.
but he's really good at talking shit. So I kept saying, okay, I'm gonna talk about the wife and the kids. I'm gonna laugh. Da 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 da. I'm gonna be happy. You talk shit.
What's more relatable than talking shit?
I feel you
Facts.
on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gotta have somebody on the team.
But
even
Yeah.
even if
We
you
did
a
it.
private, even if
We
you a
do the
shy
same on
person
Ball
and
Alert.
talk shit with
Yeah.
your friends or
Facts.
talk shit with
Facts.
somebody, why not listen to me talk shit about relatable shit that we
But I
all
told
go
him
through?
to be the best shit talker.
Period. Exactly.
So we gonna go.
Do
We
it.
gonna go on the line. Let's go on the line and almost go over the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go left. Sometimes I say stuff on the radio. I'll be like, man, I might get fired after this, and I'll be like, hey. I'm like, hey man, I said some stuff. I'll text our PD like,
So that's what we just try to be as
Yeah.
entertaining as
And like
possible.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then another question I have, I
love
know, like, thinking maybe as a DJ, but also like a podcaster, like, does the radio actually pay, or like, does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense
Great question.
if you know how to work around it.
Okay.
Like I always tell people, radio ain't nothing but a highway. You're the car
Tool.
and the person that's driving. You got to take your car and drive on that highway and figure out how to make money around it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Makes sense.
if we're on the radio, it's at least 1 million people listening every hour, right? How can we maximize that?
Yeah,
For
but-
example, are you shouting out your Wednesday night party?
Damn right.
I mean, I'm doing.
Shouting out Ball Alert. We're gonna shout out you guys today.
Yeah, like we doing it all. Like people
Yeah.
people focus so much on like one job, one career. Man, hey, listen, man. We live in 2025. If you ain't got 5 streams of income, damn it, you better figure it out.
That's
So,
true.
for example, this was the play.
That's true.
Monday, we had Key Glock that was gonna be
Yep.
on Revolt TV.
Yep.
So we're talking about Ball Alert. We're talking about Revolt TV that it comes on at 10, and we played a clip of
Love
the
it.
episode for them to go watch it on television. But we're also including the listener, teasing like, hey, follow us at the Ball Alert Show.
He
We'll
just
be on
named 3
Revolt
jobs,
tonight.
by the way.
Yeah.
He just
100%.
named 3 jobs in
Yeah.
one, by the way.
You know
So we're
what I
including
think
you.
people got messed up when they first heard about like having 5 sources of income.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it needed to be in all different places,
Yeah.
right? Well, I thought
could be in the
all right?
same
like,
realm.
I thought like DJing, invest in stocks, have an Airbnb.
foreigner.
No, it's
right?
no, it's
But it's making it
Facts.
all make sense. So
Facts.
like as me outside of the progress report, you know, we do this. I'm a DJ, so it works that way. But also we got the No Homo show where it
Whole lot of gay shit.
yeah, hello. Where it attracts gay audience, but then we also throw the biggest part, lesbian parties. So now
That is
you know
all
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
same area.
It's like a
Yeah,
spider web. It's
exactly.
like you right. People
Yeah.
people get that misconstrued when you say have 5 streams of
Yeah,
income. People
facts.
like, yeah, go be a garbage man, and then go work at Walmart.
Yeah.
And then go be a security
Yeah.
cop at the club and shoot
Nah,
niggas.
it
Like,
should all make
what I'm saying?
sense.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
facts.
it's just a spider web. It's like
Yeah.
we doing 3 jobs, which those are 3 different
Yeah.
contracts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Revolt, Ball Alert, and radio.
Yeah.
But we're conjoining it all together.
Yeah,
sure.
facts.
You know what
And
I'm
then,
saying?
like on your IG, you can create content of your day there and your
Man.
whole day.
And
that's
now you
another
making
thing.
money off content.
It's all on one.
Yep.
And we shoot Ball Alert at the radio station.
Yep.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Perfect. Love that.
It ain't, man, listen. It ain't the information is out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be. You ain't gotta be the smartest person to get
Yeah.
it. You just gotta pay attention. People don't pay attention. People are looking
True.
on social media trying to
True.
find the 5-second video to get rich.
And
Yeah.
people are looking at and people are also looking at a finished product.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not how what happened. Like
Facts.
the Ball Alert podcast started in 2016. It's 2025.
Yeah.
And I didn't get on Ball Alert show until
2022.
yeah.
yeah. So all right. So this is my last radio question. How does somebody get on to get their own show
On radio?
Yeah. Like
Keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah, I mean, you should. I tell people all the time. People ask me that question all the time. I said, sometimes you gotta let opportunities find you.
For sure.
We gotta stop
You're creating it.
beating
actually.
on the door like, yo, we want the opportunity. If you look at what streamers are doing, they not going to these networks. They're not going to. Everybody's coming to them because
Yeah.
of the audience that they're drawing and the magnitude of what they're doing.
I agree with that.
I would I would also say just research radio and learn like, okay, I could tell that their personalities, how they talk, what is an air check, what does that look like, how is that? So ask the right questions to the right people, and learn how to do that. Because I think people think podcasting and radio is different. It's the same in small areas, but it's different.
For sure.
And being on the radio is a lot of hard work. A lot of people, boy, I ain't gonna lie, especially full time.
Got my full-time slot.
He complained for like 2 months straight.
I was like, yo, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be.
You gotta
like,
come to work every day.
You gotta come to work every single day. And
every day.
all the stuff that you deal with at home
Yeah.
and what you deal with in your personal life, you can't bring that to the people because they already having a bad day in the car.
And
You know
once
what I'm saying?
once people start depending on you to listen to you every day,
Man.
like even sometimes taking the day off, people be like, "Hey man, what's up, man? What you got going on? I needed you.
That's true.
I needed you
Right,
today."
and you wouldn't believe that until people told. Like we had listeners come. They pulled up to Ferrari listening party last night, and one of the guys was like, "Man, that damn trivia." Yeah, as soon as he said that, I said, "He's a listener."
That's
he
all
said,
right.
"Man, I tried to catch that damn
That's
trivia."
all right.
Man,
Why
tell
y'all
Ferrari
don't-
stop saying it so fast, man. Damn, like
Yeah.
I be hearing when you said, then he repeated, but he said it too fast, so I didn't catch the first
Yeah.
time. So
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and sometimes I think on radio, although y'all see the numbers, it's just y'all talking where
Yeah.
like you don't have the audience in front of you. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, damn, maybe at that moment you don't realize like, yo, there's a million people listening
Nah,
right
for sure.
now.
yeah, it's
It's research that you could see how many people listen, and it's also research that you can see that if you don't really be authentic and good, and you talk too much or talk too fast, people will punch out. So
to the next
there are tips and things that and training that you can do to put yourself in
It's
a
also,
situation.
it's like a technique because if at the end of the day, it's like you can be having a conversation with somebody. Like you ever been at the club and like somebody talking to you and then they talking about something that's not relatable to you and you totally mentally
Oh, for
punch out.
sure.
You're like, damn, I
100%.
can't wait for this person to shut up.
100%.
So it's like it's the same
Happens all the
thing
time.
with radio. It's like how can you be relatable to the people that's listening to you in the car?
That makes
Word.
sense.
For sure.
Wow.
sure.
Deep. Okay, so final questions for this particular episode. I'm sure you already know we're gonna ask you to define our keyword progress. That's our keyword. So both y'all define that, and also too, when it's all said and done, like cultural impact. What do y'all want to be remembered for?
So define progress,
Yes.
and then what do we want to be remembered for?
Correct.
Progress is such a dope word. Progress is evolution. Progress is starting from somewhere, and then you can literally look back and be like, "Wow, I've done so much." I think especially us. I think everybody. I ain't gonna say us, but sometimes when you got your head down and you working towards a goal, you forget that it's all these little small goals that you have to meet too. So that's what progress is to me, like accomplishing a lot of small goals. And then what I want to be remembered for real, if I really want to be honest with y'all, I just want to be somebody that my kids can say, I respect my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's why I'm like, at the end of the day, it comes
Yeah.
down to them.
yeah, because
family.
that's your
I like that.
bloodline. You know what I'm saying? You
I like
you
that.
could create with your spouse, but your
Yeah.
bloodline is your children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know my spouse respects me because we're adults. You know what I'm saying? But my kids, I want them to be able to say, my dad, and tell the stories to their kids should they have kids. You know what I'm saying? And pass down traditions. So that's what I be on.
I love that. BT.
Progress to me is remembering where you come from. Like everything that took me to this point in my life, I just always remember. Like I remember when I was homeless and living in that car, and I was like, damn, boy, I wonder what it feel like to live in this and live in that, and to like actually do it and achieve it and really believe in yourself. Like that's what progress really is and what it feels like. And what I want to be remembered the most is just always being a person to come in and light up the room and being a positive person. It's a lot of
Talk
dark
shit. Shit talker.
That too.
The best.
But
The best.
It's a lot of like in this business.
Yeah, man.
I run into a lot of dark energy. Like it's just like you be around like people you could just tell they not happy. They could be driving the flyest car,
Facts.
wearing the
That's what
most
I'm
jewelry,
saying, man.
and you just say you're not happy.
That's
You're
real.
a dark person.
Yeah.
People don't even smile.
Yeah.
Like you go to be in rooms, people don't even
Nah, for
say
sure.
hi to each other
Yeah,
anymore.
man.
For sure.
You like,
How you
damn.
doing? Yeah.
What is-
Nah, for sure.
Like, what are you really going through?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I might pull up to that one.
yeah, it's like that's. I want
on,
to be the
pull
person to come in and just always be remembered. Like,
Damn.
BT was a positive person.
Yeah.
It's
He
our
lit up the
alcohol
tree.
flavor, by the way.
Alcohol free.
Oh, it's alcohol.
Oh,
free.
man.
I thought it was.
No, you wouldn't even know.
I I didn't even drink. I thought it.
What you was saying.
Alcohol removed.
I'm on my sobriety journey.
No.
Wait, alcohol removed. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. We're gonna get on this.
But yeah, I just always want to be remembered as somebody that was a positive person, a hardworking person,
I love that.
and just treated everybody like human beings.
All right, before we go, alcohol removed. I know
Wait,
Lalaa
we
said that.
We literally said, okay.
You did. I thought.
We do have alcohol in there if y'all want a real shot.
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
Right.
I was just when you said alcohol.
My friend has done a sobriety journey this whole year, which I'm so proud of.
Oh man, good shit.
So this is the vibe that we on. Like,
I love champagne.
Yeah.
Even though it's Prosecco or whatever, I love champagne. That's my biggest thing. Like, damn, I just love the taste. I don't even want to be lit no more.
Yeah.
And then I found some alcohol-free, like, stuff that
It tastes
actually,
good.
you wouldn't know, right?
He tried. It
You
tastes
wouldn't,
good.
like,
Which one is mine?
this
grab
cup.
it. They bring it.
Like, you wouldn't even know it actually.
two cups.
And another thing I learned is that, like, the prices still be the same for both. Yeah, I'm like, hold on. So this alcohol removed is
That's
the same
true.
price as the
Facts.
regular champagne,
Facts.
Prosecco, yup.
Facts, man.
What's up?
How long you been sober?
I was drunk as fuck New Year's Eve, and that's
was
why I
it?
was like, you
so
know.
you just stopped.
Yeah, because New
You went
Year's.
cold turkey.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
New
That's
Year's,
difficult.
and I never
Difficult,
I
boy.
didn't plan it, but New Year's Day I didn't get out of bed, and I'm such a productive person.
Nah, it's liquor in there.
See,
It's
no,
liquor.
It tastes like it, but it's not.
That's
It's
just
like,
strong.
I'm telling you, it's not.
Look,
Alcohol removed.
That motherfucker said alcohol.
Look, it's on there
How did they
several
remove the
times.
alcohol? They took the grapes out that motherfucker.
hey, you made a good point. Like, it ain't
They
say
probably
alcohol.
still some free alcohol in this bitch.
It ain't
Look,
say
hey,
alcohol free.
look,
that's
dropping that
crazy.
little 1% ain't hurt nobody.
That shit
Look.
crazy. I'm telling you.
Man, but guys,
Not I relapsed.
This-
Look.
yo,
Hey, I'm drunk right now. There's some damn liquor in here.
Look.
no, we definitely just want to say, thank y'all for the pure energy.
Yeah.
Just,
No, thank
it's
y'all.
always been like that, and we need more people like that in this game, just in life though. You know what I mean? Just good people. So thank y'all again for y'all time.
Hey, we're gonna have y'all come on Baller Alert.
Yeah.
Cause we gotta talk about that whole lot of gay shit.
Oh, for sure, we gotta talk
We
about
down.
it.
We
And,
down.
you know our listeners and they crazy. They gonna want
Oh
to
no,
talk about that.
I already know the list is gonna go crazy.
They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
I already know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool.
our-
He's
our-
got thick skin. I want to look at the comments. I want to look at
cool.
the comments, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate
Straight
y'all.
motherfuckers. Thank you.
We man. It's the progress support.
The Progress Report.